If you love making gifts, but you want it to be actually something that they can use, I have a few functional crochet gifts that you can make over the next few weeks before the holidays. Some of these gifts are things that I've made myself over this past year or are currently making, and some of the gifts are things that are on my list for next year's gifts. So I am gonna roll through them. I have 10 items that we can look at and see if there's anything that you want to make. Number one is a crochet hat holder. I know that sounds kind of silly, but actually it is so functional. We are a family of hat wearers and we have lots of hats. And I found this tutorial by Happy Heartsy on YouTube that has been super helpful. She walks you through every step, and you can make it as small or as big as you want. You just have to take away or add rows depending on how many hats you want to be in this hat holder. This year I've made 3 of these hat holders. Ours currently holds at least 12 to 15 hats, and we use it every single day. It is hanging in our hall closet. It is something that is so functional. We added all our hats to the hat holder and we just take them out as we want and put them back away. It is really easy for my kids to reach and put their hats in and out of the hat holder as we walk out the door. So it has been super functional, and I've gifted this to 2 other people and they have loved it. They found it so helpful. It keeps our hats organized in a way that looks cute and that is functional at the same time. So it takes about 10 to 12 hours to make the hat holder, depending. If you make it smaller, obviously it's going to take less time, but I made mine super big and mine probably took actually like 20 hours to make. But we use it every single day and it is the best thing I think I've made in 2025 for our house. The next item on my list is a envelope / key holder. We made one that goes right by our front door because if you're anything like my family, we were constantly misplacing our keys, and I wanted something a bit softer by our front door rather than a bulkier wood piece for key holders, just because we don't have a lot of space in our front entryway, and so just kind of creating a soft envelope key holder was the perfect solution I think for our family. I wouldn't necessarily follow the tutorial that I used just because the envelope turned out a little too small to be really functional. It doesn't really hold mail like I had intended. I did find you a pattern though by Claire Bowers, which seems to be a little bit more functional in terms of size of the envelope, and all I did was buy some hooks and attach them to the bottom, so that wasn't really part of the pattern at all, but it works. You can just hook it right into the crochet and they hold our keys just fine. Similar to my last item on the list is a wall organizer. I am going to follow Happy Heartsy's tutorials. I find her tutorials so helpful and easy to understand. And this could be great for anybody in your life that needs some organization in their bathroom or in their bedroom or really anywhere that needs to hold small places, like maybe even an office to hold small items. This would be the perfect gift. It shouldn't take you that much time. All you need is some yarn and a dowel to place it on. So super easy project that I think would make such a functional, well thought out gift. The next item on my list has been something that I have been wanting to make for some time, which is Lucy's hanging fruit basket tutorial. She has a pattern on Ravelry that I've been wanting to follow. I can't pronounce her last name, so I'm not even going to try to butcher it, but it is a little bit more structural because it uses the embroidery hoops to create the top of the basket for each layer, which allows you to put more fruit in each layer and hang it. I have been renovating my kitchen slowly but surely, and I want to add this into my list so that way I can make sure that my fruit are off my counters. I'm trying to create more counter space in my little kitchen that I have, and I think this would be the perfect solution. The next item on my list is a crossbody bag. While there are thousands of patterns for a crossbody bag, I am going to be following Crochet 365 Sassy Sunflower Crossbody Bag pattern. I just wanted something cute and flowery, and I thought that would be perfect. I might add lining into it, which isn't part of the instructions, but I feel like that's better for my purses personally. But you could find any pattern that you want for a crossbody bag, and it's perfect, especially for like travel, because they're like perfect like little, you know, side bags. They're like this big. I think that would be perfect for anybody in your life that needs to carry something small or plans on traveling. The next item on my list of functional crochet gifts is a crochet basket. Cynthia's has a pattern for a scrap yarn basket. I think this would be perfect for all of us that have all of the scrap yarn that we don't know what to do with, and everybody could use more storage, so a scrap yarn basket would be perfect. Plus it could be one of those things where you make that the like gift bag and then put things inside the basket for the gift. I think that'd be great too, like homemade body butters or homemade food items, whatever. But I think that would be a cute way to gift it, is in a crocheted homemade basket. That'd be so cute. I am adding that to my list for 2026. I don't have time this year, unfortunately, but definitely on my list for next year. If you're like me, you definitely have somebody in your life that collects throw pillows. So a throw pillow pattern I think would be perfect. I found one that has the cutest retro VW Beetle on the front, and if you know anything about me, I love the VW Beetles. And I just want to make this now that I've seen it. So now it's on my list for 2026. Do I need a throw pillow? Probably not, but hey, this is adorable. But there are hundreds of patterns, probably even thousands of patterns for a throw pillow. And you can make it as fun and intricate as you want, and it could be a great gift. I am definitely adding this to my list for 2026 for my grandmas. They both love throw pillows, so I think this would be perfect. And you can make it holiday themed, like you can do whatever you want with it, and I think that is the most fun part. So I am definitely adding it to my list for next year. If you're a bit ambitious, you can definitely make a crochet blanket. I have yet to make a crochet blanket, mostly because the size of the project overwhelms me a bit. But I did find a pattern that I really want to make. I saw it and I fell in love with it, and now I need it. And that's Emma's Pebble Weave blanket pattern. I'll link it down below, but it looks so cute and now I need it. And it looks like it kind of maybe could be made in parts versus made as a whole blanket, which I think is definitely more manageable for me personally, but definitely something that I want to make in the future. The 9th item on my list is a glasses holder. If you know anybody in your life that has glasses or even sunglasses, like a sunglasses holder could be so useful. I found a pattern for a Highland cow pattern that I want to use, and I'll link it down below, but you can find anything. There's all kinds of animals. There's plain ones, colorful ones, but that could be just a cute little thing for somebody to put on their nightstand. Like my husband definitely needs this, so definitely adding that to my list for 2026. And the last item on my list is for those people in your life that love to host. My grandmother-in-law is somebody like that, and so this year I am making her a crochet Christmas tree silverware holder. I'm making her a set. I don't necessarily recommend the pattern that I am using. It was not the best pattern and I had to adjust it quite a bit, but there are lots of patterns online. I recommend looking through a few first just because they seem to copy each other, so definitely look for one that has a lot of good reviews, just because there are a lot of copycats in AI patterns that are coming out. So definitely check for good reviews of these patterns, because this is such an easy project. It takes maybe like 2 hours per silverware holder for me personally, but mine are a little bit larger. So look for patterns that you like. They could be holiday themed, they could be not holiday themed, but somebody that loves a host in your life will probably love this gift. And that is all 10 items that I have for my crochet holiday gift guide this year. If there's anything that I am missing or that you think I should add, I am a big fan of functional crochet items. I don't want to gift something that somebody doesn't really need, so gifting things that they could really use is definitely high on my priority list. So drop any functional crochet items that I forgot or haven't thought of down below, and I'll see you next time.